Hi and welcome to Model Marvels. We've got a double feature for you this week, so we will have a week off next week. Right, the Hobbytech Wild Survival, here it is in front of me, only it's not. We've cured its problems. As you know, if you've watched the videos before, we really weren't happy with the fact that the drag bait couldn't hold it and its crawling ability was rubbish. And something I forgot to mention was if it comes up against an obstacle that's taller than its front axle like this, it just couldn't get over it. There just wasn't enough grunt to cause it to climb over it. So that is all cleared up now. It looks just like the original, only it's actually sat on a Carisma SCA-1E long wheelbase chassis. So I've had to actually take some notes so I wouldn't forget what was done. And we'll pop this body off like so. Put that over there out of the way. And you've got a Carisma chassis basically with single speed gearbox. What did we do? Okay, we had to take out the front CV shafts on the front because the Carisma chassis is not wide enough to go on to fit the Wild Survival body. Amongst other things, it just won't take the wheels. So you have to steal the front CV shafts from the Hobbytech and put them into the Carisma, which is not too big a job, and you can also steal the actual bearings and replace the bushes that were in here. The rear axle, we took the whole thing from the Hobbytech and put it on the Carisma. The only thing is the upper links. I mean, there's a very sharp angle on the Hobbytech anyway, and the links could really do, the upper links could really do with lengthening. We managed to squeeze in a 2.5mm spacer on either end. It could probably do with a little bit more. Obviously we bought the Carisma as a rolling chassis, so we've binned the electronics and put in something half decent, and I think a 55 turn. Didn't make a note of that. By the look of it, 55 turn instead of the 35 that comes with it. And it works really well. And there's some footage of it in action coming up. But, now as I said, we bought the, if I can get this body back on, which I can't, of course. We bought the rolling chassis version of the Carisma. That'll do. There it is. So let's kind of put that over there out of the way. Right, we bought the rolling chassis version of the Carisma because we weren't sure if this was going to work, but it did. So then we've been out and bought the finished, in our case, just so that we can get this video done for you, the finished body to fit the Carisma. So here is the Hobbytech chassis with the Carisma long wheelbase on. Now just sort of to prove it to you, if you like, that they are swapped over. Let's put this out of the way. There is the Hobbytech chassis with the 2-speed, and it works quite well with the long wheelbase pickup body because you can get a decent turn of speed out of it when you're not on the trail. Again, what we did, pinched the CV shafts from here, put them in there and swapped them over, and swapped over the rear axle. And it's a really good fit this way round, sort of better than the parts that we put on there, because as we said, really the upper links need lengthening. But now you've got a fully functional, it's at least as well performing as the standard Carisma chassis version, only you've got 2-speed with it. You've now got decent performance from 2 trucks instead of good performance from one and rubbish performance from another. We've got some footage of both of these coming up, and just as an aside to anybody that's interested out there, on the side of this Carisma it says Quint's Shark Fishing. It does say Carmadaz or something Reef. Quint's Shark Fishing, for any of you that didn't know, Jaws. Have a look. Jaws the film. So there they are, nose to nose. Yeah, and as I said, they both perform well now, and we are very happy with it. So to change, just to recap quickly, front CV shafts, just the CV shafts is all you need to change over, and the complete rear axle, and possibly longer upper links on this one. So thanks for watching. Here's footage of both of them running pretty much over the same sort of ground, just as a comparison. As I said, we won't be about next week because this is a big long double feature. Please subscribe. We'll see you again soon. Bye.